Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it.
I can imagine what it'd be like to be a merchant. In other words, this is a businessman. This is someone who's looking for something for an investment. He's wanting to find something of amazing value. Everyone has that pearl-like potential and destiny.
It's all about God. It's really not about us. And so when we lose ourselves in God, He helps us to become what He has for us to become.
Each one of us has a calling.
We all start at the same place. We become born again. And then the Lord begins to do a work in our hearts.
And being willing to risk everything that we have for what God has in store for us.
A leader sees that the pearls of great price, if you will, are in the people.
Talking about a group of people whose lives would be changed when they come in contact with His love, His transformation, and then how He can build us together. That's Jesus' vision for the church.
Riverbend is just a unique church. It's free, it's liberating. You feel the love.
Coming to Riverbend, people were authentic.
We didn't just establish this church because it's something to do and it just seemed like a good location. We really care about this community.
We live in the North Suffolk area, and that was one reason that I think we were so in touch with what the needs were.
I remember the first time we met was actually in a hotel. It was just kind of the core group of people.
Bobby cast a vision of what God was leading him to do, to get back into full-time ministry and start a church in a relatively underserved area, underchurched area of North Suffolk.
We did a survey because when you're doing strategic outreach, you want to find the needs of the community. We want to meet those needs. So we went door to door and we took surveys in the neighborhood. And what we found, interestingly, was that people feel separate. So we're in this community and the people are like, well, we don't know each other. We don't have relationships with each other. And we would love to get to know our neighbors. And we were like, we can do that.
The vision of Riverbend Church, simply put, has three parts to it. Number one is making disciples. Number two is maturing leaders. And number three is multiplying churches.
The amazing web of humanity and God's Spirit that's through Riverbend is a testament to who Bobby and Carrie have been in this community over the last 20, 30 years.
To see at the age where he is now, being still prepared to plant a new church, it tells you something about the person. Such people encourage.
There's nothing that's more transformational in the life of leadership than building strong, dynamic, active, and anointed local churches. I just can't celebrate enough the importance and the priority of this particular next expedition.
God's answer to the world is ultimately the local church. And in the local church, we have this great opportunity to connect people with the truth and the presence of God and empower them to go forth and to establish the kingdom of God in this world.
It's about legacy. It's people truly hungering for God.
Bobby just has such a heart to pastor people. He's going to make that whole community a community of leaders.
So often today, leaders try to conform followers to be like them. But true spiritual leadership helps to conform others to be like Christ.
I believe that in these last days, God is raising up leaders. He's looking for individuals who will help prepare that next generation.
Being able to be a part of actually watching this whole process come together, I think it's just going to be great.
We're excited about moving into the new building and being able to reach that community and the surrounding communities.
I think it's incredibly important that a local church has a place to put its roots down and call home.
This is a improvement in an existing vacant building over here on Shoulders Hill Road. We're going to do the complete interior of the whole building. It's just a shell. It's going to consist of everything from framing and walls and bathrooms to carpet and chairs and lighting and sound system and video and eventually people.
And the good thing about Riverbend and our new building is that everybody can be involved.
We're embracing the younger generation with our generation I want my children to be able to grow up in this church and their children to be able to grow up in this church and families to be able to come together.
As we open this church in Suffolk, it's just going to just blossom.
We really care about this community and we really want to meet you and we want to help you and be a part of your life.
Jesus is the light of this world, but I believe his hope is in the church, and the church still can be the difference maker in the world today. We're just a string of pearls.